Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. I'm doing a design team project for RachandBella Crafts with the wonderful Woodland Wanderings kit and also the Forest Threads kit. So the Woodland Wanderings is my main kit and then I'm adding Forest Threads to it. They go beautifully together, similar themes. So I've sorted out my journal pages, my signature pages here, and I'm going to sew them in, and once I've got them sewn in we'll go through what I've chosen for the pages. I've added a belly band in the back cover here from some leftover fabric, and I'm going to put a writing board in there, which I haven't made yet, so we will probably at some point make that together. So I've gone through and I've kind of put all the pages where I want them, made sure they're in the right place, the right way up, all that sort of goodness. Just double checking that they're the right way up, because that's the worst, isn't it, to sew a signature in upside down. And I have done it on more than one occasion. My personal journal that I was working in for September, I sewed in upside down. But because it was my journal, it didn't matter. I covered most of the pages anyway, so I could write on them, so not a big deal. So I'm just using the clips here to clip everything together so that it kind of holds it where I need it to be. Right, I've got my bit of foam packaging here, and oops, that's not quite to my liking in the fold there, so let's kind of push it in a bit more. That's better. Sometimes it kind of pops out of place while you're doing the other clips. Right, just simply eyeballing. Oh, it's quite hard to go all the way through there. Let's give it a bit more elbow grease. There we go. I can feel the change of pressure once I get into the foam, so I know I'm all the way through. So eyeballing top and bottom. Oh goodness, that's a tough one. Okay, so there's not as much gap here as what there's going to be here. That is fine. Oh my gosh, that is so hard to get through, but we got there. So I've chosen out some brown waxed cord to sew the journal with, and it's 3 times the height of the signature pages is the length that I've got here. And I'm just going to get this foam out the way now. Go in through the center. I prefer to have my ends on the inside, but you can do it on the outside if you prefer. So pulling that through, holding the tail, and I typically go in through the bottom. If I can find the bottom hole, I might need to use my awl to find where it's coming through, because I cannot see a hole. So it's about there where my finger is. Whoops, fingers and thumbs. Oh, I went straight in. Wow, amazing. Okay, so in through there, and then I'm going to pull this first end quite tightly down that way and angle my needle through, so I'm not going to catch this thread when I pass back through. If you do catch it, you won't be able to tighten the thread. So if you have problems tightening your thread, it's probably because you've caught that thread when you've gone back through the hole. Okay, now I'm going to go through the other end. Again, just trying to find the hole. I can kind of see a little bit of fraying where I went through, so kind of trying to feel with the needle where the hole is. Come on, I know you're there somewhere. There we go, got it. Okay. And now passing the needle, whether you go through this one first or this one first, doesn't matter. It's not going to make any difference. But pass your needle, so this thread, this one that I'm holding here, is on this side of that hole. So we're going to go from this side to the other side with this end thread, so that you end up with one on each side, like so. And then you can give it a good old tug. You don't want to pull it so tight that you tear your holes or your paper, but tight enough so that your signature is really nicely secured. And you can give it a kind of a wee test on the outside, make sure it's nice and tight, and I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to take the clips off now. Where did my awl go? There it is. Put the little guard on it before I stab myself. And for similar reasons, I'm going to pop the needle away, because I'm likely to lose it or stab myself, and neither are terribly good propositions. Okay, so I've only done one knot there. I'm going to do a second knot just to keep it nice and secure. Sometimes I'll even do a third, just depends. And then I'm going to leave those dangling, and I will decide down the track what I'm going to do with those. Okay, so we have a journal. I always love this stage when it's like it becomes a book, and it's already kind of quite roundish. So upholstery fabric for the cover with some lovely fraying fringy edge. The inside is a sort of a silky fabric, and I made this a while ago. I think it's light cardstock in between, I do believe. Not sure what I'll do here, whether I add a pocket or something. I will decide that later. So kit page from Woodland Wanderings, backed with some of the yummy textures in the kit. This is a little coffee dyed paper and a little wraparound tuck spot that I'd made over on Patreon. Another kit page. So I've basically gone kit page, something else, kit page, something else. That's how this is kind of arranged. This is my one and only attempt at dyeing paper with dandelion. It's a little bit greenish, but it's more muddy green. Not what I was after, but it coloured the paper, so I'm using it. I overcooked the dandelions, so I do want to try again, and perhaps not cook them quite so long. So I'm not going to give up yet, but it will be a while before I try again. Beautiful mushroom page from the kit. This is some stone fleck bond paper. Another kit page. This is the page that I did in last week's design team project video, making a stamped page on coffee dyed paper. Another kit page there. This is a sheet of eco dyed paper, which I did quite a while ago. One side's unlined and one side's lined, and unfortunately the lines go this way, but that's okay. You can write that way, or you can just turn the journal around and write that way for something different. Another beautiful kit page. This was a design team project using the Patchwork Pretties kit, and I thought the colours worked well with this kit, so I included that, and it's on there, if I get the words out, illustrated dictionary-pedia type thing. Big pocket there. There's a paper bag with a fern print on it. This is our pharmacy bags we get here in New Zealand, at least at my local pharmacy. So I've included that. I will cover over the text that we don't want. Kit page, another sheet of eco-dyed paper, which is done on bond paper with some beautiful leaf prints. Absolutely scrummy. I've been hoarding it for so long, but I'm being brave and actually using it. You know, it's tough sometimes to use these beautiful things. Lovely kit page, and in the centre we have Edith Holden. So that one, which also work with the woodlands kind of theme, something you might see in the woods, but this is the particular image that really I wanted here, because it is a woodland scene, a couple of quail. And I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to glue that down or have it as a flap out so you can kind of see the whole picture. Not sure yet, so I've just kind of left it to decide later on. And then the beautiful text from Edith Holden, which also, you know, is worth seeing because it's just so beautiful. And then back through the other side. So there's the opening of the paper bag. It is a little bit damaged because it was sellotape shut when I got it from the chemist. I've got ink on my fingers, red ink. If you're noticing red ink, I was, yeah, trying to dig out an old stamp earlier. So I might have to do a bit of repair work there. That's all good. Nice, makes a nice, you know, big pocket there. Another pocket there, and pocket there. And the eco-dyed paper, still with a petal attached. I'm leaving it there. I think it's quite cool, and it's actually very well stuck on. So it can stay there. So pretty. Here's the other half of the stamped page we did last week. Super cute. Beautiful, beautiful kit to work with. Love the theme. You can see a bit more of the green there on the dandelion dyed paper. And the brown, I'm not sure what the brown's from. It's lines of the rack that I dried it on, but yeah, don't know exactly what caused the brown, whether it's just the way the solution pooled and created more brown than green or what. I don't know. It's all a big mystery. Beautiful woodland scene there. And then in the back we have that belly band. So that's where we're at now. So from out of my unfinished projects box, I do have this piece of ephemera, which is a little flippy flappy bit made from a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. So I thought we'll find a page to pop that on. I haven't kind of worked out what page I want it on, so let's just have a wee flip through. Those have already got pockets on, so I mean we could put it on. No, I don't want to. I was going to say I could put it on the bag, but no. Wondering, do I want to put it there and then have this flap out? So it would open, that flips out, that flips down, and there's a pocket here. I thought the colours worked really well. Is that going to matter if that flips over there? Just keep that as an option. What if we put it there? I think maybe I'll put it there, or where's the other side of that? No, not that one, not that one, not that one. No, I'm just looking at the colours, thinking about the colours, what colours go better. I don't think it really matters. Okay, let's just go with what my first thought was and make sure I get it up the right way. So this one is going to be glued down, and I also want to put it on as a belly band so we can stick something down through here. That's my plan. Do I want to decorate it first? She says as she grabs the glue out. I'm actually wondering about stenciling it because it's a little bit white. Not that I'm afraid of white, but it might be nice to add a little stenciling in. I've got a wonderful stencil here with ferns on it from my beautiful friend Laurel. Sent me this stencil, and that might be quite nice to put a little bit of it here and there on this, just to add a little something. Kind of tending towards this one, so let's put a bit of paper underneath. Grab out a brush. And I think I'm going to go with gumball green, so it's a bit darker green. I haven't used this one for this stencil, so do I want to go over the pocket? I could. Wouldn't matter if I did. So hopefully it's not too dark. That should be okay. Because we want to be able to write over it. And I'm going in the direction of the leaves on the fern, because there's thin little spiny bits and I don't want to kind of break them off or damage them, so I'm working along the length of them just to keep them nice and safe. And then there's none of those up the top, so we can okay, just a little subtle print there. I do like that. Now we'll use a different fern, and maybe we'll put that all the way across there. Stenciling is a really simple way to dress up a blank space and still give it writing room. Cool, and maybe something just in here. We've got this fern frond, so let's add the fern frond in there, coming in from the corner. Oops, without moving it preferably. Just thinking, do I want to put the fern frond anywhere else? That's cool. I'm thinking maybe a little bit up in this corner. Oops. Clatter clatter of the ink pad. Yeah, nice. Maybe just a little bit in here. I just can't stop now, people. I can't stop. And a little bit down here. Maybe that little bottom spiral there would be nice. Awesome. What a difference that makes. I hope you can see in the camera. I realize it might not show up as well. Right, just shove that back in on top of the drawer for now. I'll deal with it later. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think that looks pretty cool. Just dresses it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to glue it on and then we're going to decorate it. And I forgot to bring across my fussy cuts and things. So I'm going to have to pause the camera and go across the room and grab them so we can do some decorating. I thought I was organised. That seems to be my catchphrase lately. I thought I was organised, but I was wrong. Okay, let's just hold that for a moment. Shut the drawer so I can actually get out to get the things. I'm just wondering, can I actually duck across without pausing the camera? Let me have a cup of tea, give me some energy, and I'll be back in a tick. As Gail Agostinelli would say, talk amongst yourselves. That way you get to hear my squeaky floorboards. Old house, very noisy floorboards. So I didn't have far to go. It was literally like 4 steps or something to get the boxes with the fussy cuts. So now, do I want the Woodland Wanderings or the Forest Threads fussy cuts? Let's go with Forest Threads and see. So, grab out my containers. Right, so we've got a belly band in behind there. So that will be nice. We can put something through there, nice big tag or something. Thinking labels. Label on the front of that might be nice. I mean, how pretty is that? So this is Forest Threads. I love that. Just boom. Just like that. I'm going to do that. Let's pop that out of the way. I'm sorry if my containers provide a little bit of glare. They are plastic, but they're a kind of a smoky colour plastic. So hopefully they're not too bad. They are wonderful storage containers though, and a great way to organise my bits and pieces. Right, let's put that on and then think about something we can put on top. It's a little accent. Going in and out of all those scallopy bits. Probably easier to do glue stick actually, but never mind. Doesn't take too long, just a bit more fiddly. That is so pretty. Okay, and I'm thinking, you know, something over top. We can mix and match. We could go with Woodland Wanderings fussy cuts as well. How beautiful are they? Just want to get them all out and play with them. Here's a smaller bird. That's pretty. All these sweet little birds. No, I like this one best so far. There's a wee quail. Do I like the quail or this little fellow? Is it a little robin? I'm not sure. It's not a bird we have in New Zealand. Make a decision. Maybe we'll go with that wee one. Okay. And I'm thinking I might like to add a word or something. So I will put this wee fellow down so he doesn't fly away. I lose things under my desk all the time, and right before this video I was grabbing out my calcium supplement to take. I keep a wee dish on the side of my desk for all my day's supplements because I've got to take certain ones throughout the day. And I lost my multivitamin somewhere under my desk. I moved things out, I just cannot find it. So I'll get hubby to have a look when he gets home. I'm not due to have that one until after dinner, so there's a bit of time for him to find it. But I can't see it, I can't find it, I can't feel it. When, you know, putting my hands in around things, I don't know where it's gone. It's just a wee capsule. But it's really annoying because they are not cheap. I have to have specific ones. I can't just get an off-the-shelf one. And yeah, they're quite expensive. And I don't want to be losing them into the dust bunnies. The dust bunnies do not need my multivitamins. They'll just breed quicker. And they breed quick enough as it is. So while I was fossicking under the desk for my lost multivitamin, I did grab out a few dust bunnies and dispose of them. So there's a few less than what there was earlier today. Right. I want something shortish, I think. Brave birdie. That might work. I'm just not sure about the white. What else have we got? No, they're all the wrong colours. You're one of a kind. What about? Seems to cover too much of the prettiness in behind for me. What about balance? Balance could be quite nice. Birdie balancing on a branch. Let's go this one at this end. Let's give it a trim up. Because I want something there, but I don't want a big something. Because I want to see that beautiful pattern in the background. I mean, I could put it somewhere else, but I think it needs to be like right there. Then we get those pretty stitched flowers peeking out the top. Oops, throwing things around my desk here. I'm not even going to layer it up with any book page or anything because I just don't want to obscure any more of that beautiful design. It's all about balance, balancing the beauty with the detail. That's a good summation of junk journaling, really, isn't it? I really like that. That's so pretty. Right. So I'm just switching over to the Woodland Wanderings for a moment. If I can get the container open, because there are some words in here. Just giving a wee flick through. I mean, the words are scientific terms. They're just fun. You know, they don't necessarily translate to what is going to be written there. But kind of like a little, what am I trying to say? I don't know, it's just fun. Don't worry about what I'm trying to say, it's just fun. And it ties in with the theme. So I don't want to cover all of this area because it is good writing space as well. could totally be written on, or it might be a photo or something popped on. You know, I don't want to take away from the person's who might be using their journal their ability to add bits and pieces. Put that one there. I have no idea what these are apart from science botanical terms or nature terms. I don't know, they might not be botanical, they might be you know, related to animals or something. Don't know. Maybe another one down here, or we could use like something like that. It says entomology collection, and we might want to actually put it up that way if we do use it. Or this cute little label. What about that with, going to grab all the containers out. I've got 3 of these containers for each kit, so far I have 5 out, so there's only one that I haven't grabbed out. Little something like that would be quite nice. And I've got them all labelled by number, so I know which box they go back in. Fortunately, otherwise it would end up a huge mess. Whoops, I can't put the whole thing there because it is actually attached to the page. Okay, let's ink around this. Do I want book page or something behind it? I think I might like a little something. Actually, do I want some music instead? Let's have a look. Just going to tear off a little bit. That's a bit big. Take it down a bit. I kind of like it without actually, so there we go. We tried it. And I'm going, no, we're just going to go with the 2 pieces. So I made these bases over on Patreon. I'm sure most of you will know how to make them anyway. But at the moment I'm just going to leave it as a Patreon project. At some point in the future I might make them on public YouTube, but I did them this year, so I think I'll wait a bit so that Patreon gets you know, exclusive content. I don't want to take away from that. Right, so we need to make something to go in this pocket. That's what we need to do. How are we going on time? We're doing fine. Okay, let me just tidy up things a little bit. We'll probably be digging back into this, but just get it out the way for now. And let's grab out a paper. Woodland Wanderings or Forest Threads. I'm thinking Forest Threads because there's a lot of beautiful greens in this. There's a wee snippet here which might actually make a good sized, yep, let's go with it. It's pretty close to being the right size. Yeah, is that glued? That is glued at this point, so we need to come in a little bit. How about if I go this way round? We will need to back it because it's only on printer paper. So I'm going to go about there, and do we want to chop the top or the bottom? think we'll chop the top. Go about there. It's got raggedy sides that were torn, so I'm just going to use the guillotine to make some nice cuts. Cool. Fun little scrapes there that we can use for something else. Right, backing paper. Sorry for my squeaky chair back as well. I was just looking for this particular paper. I love this paper, and oops, the local shop who used to sell it don't get it anymore. It's 120 GSM, and I thought it would be something that they'd always have, and no, they do not. So I've got this one which is half used, and I've got one more full pad, and I keep looking for it at other places and at my local shop, and I just have not seen it again. Apart from one shop that I found it, but it was like twice the price of what I paid for it. So I was like, no, I'm not paying that for it, because when I saw this originally, if it had been that price, I wouldn't have bought it. You know, just put it into that realm of, no, that's really actually super expensive. Whereas when I bought this pad, they were really affordable. So I'm using a combination of glue stick and tacky glue for this. So I've just used the glue stick off to the side. You probably couldn't see me do that. I just like the security of using the double glues, that it's not going to go anywhere. Right, I'm going to try my best to line, actually, I want to leave a slight border. I'm going to, because that's what ended up happening. Whether it will make it too large for my pocket, maybe. We'll just have to trim it down if it does. So let's see if I can match that little border. Not too bad. It's not square. Obviously I didn't cut my bit of paper square, my decorative paper. That's alright. That doesn't look too bad. I'm happy with that. Let's see if it fits in the pocket before I move any further, since I just made it slightly bigger. Yep, it fits. Excellent. Love it when it comes together. Not sure if that's going to make too much difference because of the dark brown paper, but we're going to do it anyway. I mean, it does make a slight difference, particularly if I actually ink the brush up properly. So how are you all today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Is it a crafty day for you today? Is it a work day or a family day? I hope there's a bit of craft in there somewhere, because, you know, it's what makes us happy, isn't it? Doing a bit of crafting, getting a bit creative, playing with some supplies, all those good stuff, making something, whether it's for yourself or for somebody else. It's all fun. Right, do I want to add anything to this? Possibly. Let's look at the Woodland Wanderings fussy cuts again. No. Little squirrel, maybe not. That's beautiful, beautiful bottle. It's too big. Too big. What about pine cone. Where did that music go that I had a moment? Do we want to like put it up the right way? Just playing here, people. Hedgehog, with or without music. Kind of like the hedgehog. Okay, for some reason the layering that I would normally do with like book page or music or something, it's just not making me happy with this. I don't know. I'm finding it weird because it's normally I'd be layering up, but to me it's just not looking right if I add that extra layer. Maybe because it's just hiding too much of the pretty background. Might be as simple as that to my eye it's just going no. Again, just gluing off to the side here. Let's pop you, and I am covering stuff, but I wanted something on it. You know, it's a digital, I can print it again, like, you know, got to cover something somewhere along the line. Do I want a word? Do I? I'm thinking yes. Moments. I quite like that. Let's go with that. This stamp set that I've stamped this with, the stamps are really weird and they up and down and they don't stamp perfectly, but it's actually why I like it, because it's very random and imperfect, and you know, these are junk journals, so it's kind of junky, and I like that it's unique, it's not perfect. Sometimes it annoys me when I'm after a more pretty print, you know, a stamp that actually stamps clearly and it's straight, and then other times I just really like that it's not. Okay, that can go there. I've covered over my glue pages with my word bin, so just use the tacky glue. It's probably glaring in your face. I do apologise if it was creating a glare. Here we go. Get rid of the words again, because I've got such a small space to work in that if I leave things stacked up on my desk, they fall down, they drive me nuts, and it makes me feel a bit ratty. Like, ugh. You know the feeling? Right. So I think that's going to look really cute because the hedgehog's eyes are just peeping out the pocket there. Or one of them is anyway. So that's really cute. So we've got, you know, this can be written on, or like I said, pop a photo or a little bit of ephemera from the day. That's really cute. Thinking, do I want like a little closure? Got another bit of that paper here. It's probably not heavy enough. Where did I put the brown paper? I had it a moment ago. Where did I put the brown paper, friends? Can you tell me? Do you know? Drives me. Found it. Found it. It's okay. Thanks for whoever was shouting where I put it. Much appreciated. Just wondering about whether we want to do a little kind of, I don't know whether folding it in half will work. Probably not. Oh, well, no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't work because that we need to leave this to be able to fold down, and if I put it there, it wouldn't fold down. Just playing, but then that would be in the way. No, I think I'm just going to leave it. It was worth thinking about. So we now have this space in behind, like so, for a tag, and I'm just looking at kind of trying to work out how wide the tag can be. So I'm kind of looking about 3 inches is the right width, so I'm just going to make a note of that. 3 inches. And we could go six and a half inches, I think. Would probably be good, so I'll make a note of that. And let's at least start with a base. So I think I'm going to use some of this brown paper again. And what pretty paper are we, although there are tags with this, shall we check out the tags? This is the Forest Threads tags, because one of those might actually be suitable, the right size. So we'll try that first. So these are what? They are 3.5 inches, and would we say 3 inches? No, so they won't work. They are too wide for this particular little place. So we'll go back to the drawing board and what I was first thinking. And let's have a look at the papers. If I can get them out of the plastic. I mean, just so pretty. I love this stitching, like the whole concept of having a kit that's stitched like this, you know, images of stitched papers. Then there's some collage papers as well. It's just so pretty. Very unique. Aren't they pretty? Just looking for what I might want to use for the tag. Thinking green. Oh, that's lovely. What do we think? That would tie in nicely with this, wouldn't it? Let's have a quick flick through. We've got lighter things. That one's pretty as well. Trees. And that one's lovely. What one do I prefer? That one or that one? I think this one. This one seems, the colours seem to work in a little bit better. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that one. They're all gorgeous. Right, let's tidy up. Which involves throwing another pile on the floor. And let's trim the white off. So I haven't prepared these yet, trimming them up. So I apologise too for putting you through me cutting off the white. I always do the short ends first. I'm not quite sure why. It's just, I don't know how it goes. And then the long edges. I'm guessing that by doing the short edges, if I go astray, I'm not making such a mess of things. I can trim it off again. whereas the longer edges, if you go crooked, then you're shortening this part quite significantly, if you can kind of get where my brain is. And I don't blame you if you can't, because, you know, my brain can be a scary place to go. Right, here we go. Just throw those up to the top of my desk for now. I think I'm just going to cut a 3-inch wide strip. Beautiful. Okay, and then I'll glue that on the brown paper. So again, I'm going to use glue stick and tacky glue. I don't know how tall this bit is. It might be more or less than 6.5 inches, but whatever it is, it will be fine. We can cut it down, or it will just be fine as is. Right, get of that page, add some tacky glue. I'm trialing that new glue stick. It was super cheap. Come on, glue, come on, why aren't you coming out? I was using you not very long ago, like minutes ago. Oh, it's blocked. It's blocked. I don't need this time waster. Where's my pin gone? There it is. I just find things like blocked glue are just an annoying inconvenience, taking time up. There we go. Now we're away and laughing. Yeah, so as I was saying, I am trialing that new glue stick. If it does okay, it's super cheap and would be a really affordable option. I have my doubts that it's going to be okay, you know, because it was like under $1 for a glue stick is amazing. A good glue stick here, not on special for my preferred brand, is like $5 or $6, which, you know, the amount of glue sticks we go through as junk journalists is quite significant. So if I can spend less than $1 per glue stick, it would be amazing, really amazing. But yeah, I'm just a bit dubious that it's actually going to hold up okay. But early days, I've only had it a few days, so we've got to give it a fair trial. And part of that trial is waiting to see how it does after, you know, a week or two of being used. Is anything coming loose? Is it falling apart, or is it still sticking, or, you know, all those things? Or does it go all goopy once it's been opened? You know how some glue sticks go really weird? You know, is it going to do that sort of thing? So the jury is out yet as to whether it's going to be a good one or not. I'm hoping it is, because like super amazing price. It's good to save money where we can on essential items. You know, essential items are essential. But if you can find an affordable option, then how brilliant is that? Right, let's just test the height. Whoops, upside down. Not that it really matters for a test. So we could go top to bottom, but I don't want to, because I want to have some sort of topper on the top. So we're going to trim it down. My markings only go to 5 inches, so I'm going to eyeball and say that's probably about 6-ish. And that's going to make a cute little mini journal card that we can pop somewhere. Super cute. Okay, let's give this tag shape. I will ink around it, but I'll probably do that off camera just to save a little bit of time and to save boring you guys to death, because I don't want that. I probably made it a little bit shorter than what I should have, but it's okay. Let's put a hole in it. Do I want a hole? Do I want a hole? Yes, I want a hole. Let's put a hole in. Done. And I'll put a little bit of ink around the hole. And we want, how are we going on time? We're almost done. Let's see if we can find some nice fancy stuff to put through the hole. It could be quite pretty. And oops, it's trying to run away on me. And maybe some of this gold with it, sparkly gold. It's going to leave threads, little bits everywhere. Everything's getting thrown on the floor. I'm going to have such a mess to clean up. Right. So I want to decorate this up, but I'm out of time basically, so I will most likely do that off camera, and then next time we work on this journal we'll be doing something in a different part of the journal. Here we go. Oh, that's so cool. So a focal image or something on that will be really lovely. Tuck in there, might round the corners at the bottom I think, and that's gonna be lovely, just tucked in behind there. So there we go guys, we got the signature sewn in, we got this put in and decorated up, and we made a tag base which just needs a bit of decorating. So I call that a successful session. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care my friends, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.